Everybody, have you ever had some old laptops that you don't use anymore but the hard drives are still good? Like this one came from a laptop from 2011. That is 10 years ago. And let's see if we can do it. So I'm on my PS4. So let's go into our devices because this is where it'll tell you to go. And you want to go into your USB storage devices because this is how these internal hard drive bays are installed by USB, and you need a power outlet. And as you can see, that dual SATA bridge, Sabrent, and that's the hard drive. And plus I got my 1 TB hard drive that I can format too and put games into it. So this is pretty much interesting stuff you can do. In my next video I'll show you if the PS5 can still do it. As you see, it's reading external storage. Let's see what we got. Let me step back a second. Applications. I installed Devil May Cry 4. And yeah, on a 2011 hard drive that only has 320 gigabytes. If you have those lying around and you want to pick up one of these external hard drive bays so you can use it externally, hey, go ahead and pick them up. It's extra storage. Now, don't expect it to be very fast. Not really going to show load times because it depends on what you can use. You can use hard drives, you can use SSDs, so the loading times are going to depend on what hardware you use. So this is a tidbit. You need some extra storage? Hey, this is like 1.3 terabytes if I choose to format the other one. I'm not doing that because I still got some stuff on it, but you can also use this on computers too, which is usually what it's probably for anyway. So it's been Angel Skydragon. I hope this helps you guys out. Alright, everybody, I'm going to show you that you can use internal hard drives as extra storage, like an external hard drive. As you see down here, got my external one and got my 2 internal hard drives. So the first thing you want to do on your PS5 is go to your settings. It's always in the top right, that cogwheel, and go into storage. Now, once you have one of your storages in, let's plug in the other one to see what happens. So always plug these in the back of your PS5 because those are your better USB-A ports. You have 2 of them back there. So once you do that, you will know it's running. As you see, you have a blinking light. So usually this takes a few seconds. Once it's all solid, it means you're ready to go. And if it's not formatted, you'll get cannot use USB drive. So that means it's not formatted. What you'll do is go and say remove one of your old SSDs because it's only one at a time. So remove this. And now ask you to format this one. So basically, I have an A and a B on a hard drive dock. It skipped A when I did this and went to B. Because I know because my terabyte one is the larger one. So what you want to do is unplug it from the back. Don't worry, it's going to be fine. Unplug it from the back and you'll get those words and plug it back in. As you see, it started flashing again, so that means it's reading it. And give it a second. And ta-da! Now it actually read A because this has games in it. And you can always check to see, hey, I have Devil May Cry Special Edition. And while this depends on your hardware because an SSD will be always faster than a hard drive, let's see how slow this loads. Because this is a 2000. We want to do this, and I'm in the game. So we can close that out now. And let's say if you want to switch hard drives, how would you do that? It's simple. On these internal storage bays, what you want to do is go down to your extended storage and say remove from the PS5. And once you do that, it'll go to your other one asking, hey, do you want to format that one? But if I already had this one clean, it will do that. So this has been Angel Skydragon, and I'm going to show you on a SSD in the next segment if you want to use an SSD too. So I'll see you guys later. Alright, to further prove that you can use an SSD, this is an internal SSD, and I'm going to swap them around to show you how this will actually work. So to remove them, it's just simple, make sure it's off, because, I mean, you could hot swap it, but if you don't want to risk damaging it, I'll just recommend turning it off. So what you can do is for this one is unplug it, plug it in on this side, make sure these align, okay, that's in there, and same with this. Make sure they align to the sockets. So you want to align these how it looks inside of yours, depending on which one you get. That's in there. And flip the switch. I would recommend that you unplug the USB from your PS5 when doing this too, because you don't want to cause any damage. And once I do this, they're flashing, let you know that they plugged in correctly. And now that you see that, what's on my screen? As you see, oh, actually, no, it actually doesn't matter because I swapped them around. So I guess your PS5 will detect the one that's actually already formatted. But technically, you should know which one you're using depending on the size of it. But they're gonna be called dual SATA bridges depending on which one you use. But anyway, let's remove that one. And there's my SSD. So basically, PS5 will find the one that's already formatted, which makes sense because you want to use the one that's already formatted, and you can do stuff with it. Now we can go into our storage, media gallery, and see. And depending on how I had this formatted, I can actually use this as a USB drive. So sometimes, depending on if there's like extra volumes, as you've seen, I didn't have like the full 128 gigs. You can also use, like, you want to put like a gameplay. So let me take a picture of a trophy like this. Let me copy this to my USB drive. I can actually do that, and it will actually appear over here. So depending on how this is formatted, you can actually use this as another way to put your gameplays in there, and just take this, plug it into your PC, and just have a big hard drive if you want to edit your 4K videos. I have a video showing on how to do that, but that's another thing you can do, depending on how the thing is formatted. So one last thing, I just swap these around again, since these were the original method. So, plug them in. Let's see which one goes first. Technically, the one on the left is actually blinking, so let's see which one appears first. Okay, so it is the PS5. It even says the file system is unsupported, so that's not entirely true, but as I go into storage, since it's the other hard drive. Hold on, media gallery. Yeah, I don't have the USB, so it depends on how it's always formatted, just to be extra sure about that. And if I safely remove it, again, it still is unsupported. It's still there. So you might ask me, well, what about if I want my other one back? Say you had an external one? Well, just unplug it. And since this is still ejected, unplug your other one in the back. And just plug it back in after you eject it. That just fixes it. And just give it a second to load. Ta-da, now your external one is back if you want to use that one. So this one is always one at a time. So remember that.